What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of 317 Fishing. I'm Jimmy Helfer. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit of a story from a big part of my fishing career. But before we get into that, I wanted to give you guys two little updates. First of all, on the big bass hunt, day 2 of Foxcliff Reservoir. So, basically, day 2 was just a mirror image of day 1. We caught a few fish in the morning, then really struggled later on. Mostly all dinks, a couple decent fish, but not really, and just a ton of yellow bass. If you guys really want to see that footage, comment below, let me know, shoot me an email. Otherwise, I don't think I'm going to post it, but if enough of you really want to see it, then I will edit that footage and I'll post it for you guys. The other update is on the $500 200 subscribers giveaway. Right now, I'm at about 70 subscribers. First of all, if you guys haven't entered that giveaway, go enter that giveaway right now. It's on my page. It's an amazing giveaway. It would be dumb not to enter it. Back to what I was saying. I'm at about 70 subscribers right now, and what I think I'm going to do is I think since there's 3 winners, I'm going to give away first place prize when I reach 100 subscribers. So I'm going to do a drawing when I reach 100 subscribers, and then I'll do a drawing when I reach 200 subscribers, and first place will be a part of that 100 subscribers drawing, and second and third will be in the 200 subscribers drawing. Now that we've covered that, I want to get into the story of my personal best muskie. Alright guys, so a little bit of a backstory for you guys. So, this fish was caught out of Eagle Lake, Ontario in Canada. I have been going there every single year since I was 3, excluding the last 2 years. There's been problems with us being able to get up there the last 2 years. But we're going to start up, I believe, again this year. Hopefully. I had been fishing for, 1 week out of every year for solely muskies for 11, 12 years and hadn't gotten one. I mean, they are the toughest fish to catch. It's the biggest grind that there is. Throwing huge plugs, up to half a pound for a plug, and you'll throw it from 6 in the morning until 9 at night, every day, for a week, non-stop. It's the biggest grind there is. You may see 30 fish in a trip, but you won't catch any of them. So fast forward to I am 14 years old. We had been there for 3 or 4 days. We had, I believe, marked 4 fish. So we had 4 follow-ups. It was a Wednesday, and we went out, and the water was slick calm. It was dead calm, and there wasn't one single cloud in the sky. We pulled up to our first spot that we had one marked, and we fished there for maybe 20 minutes, and then I hooked into a giant. Something huge. I got it all the way to the boat, and then to my absolute disappointment, it's about a 38-inch northern. Even though that's a huge northern and a trophy fish, I was devastated. I mean, all I cared about was getting this muskie off my back, and I thought for sure we had just marked one there earlier in the week, and I hook into a giant, and it's a northern, and I was just devastated. But we stayed there for another probably an hour, and then we went over to our second spot, where just the day before, at night, I'd had one follow one up. It followed maybe 5 feet from behind my bait. This suic. So a suic is basically just a block of wood with a metal piece on the end. You work it like a jerk bait, okay? And it runs almost like a glide bait does, like a glide swim bait does. And it is probably one of the cheapest baits in the world to make. I don't know anything about making them, but they're literally just a block of wood with a piece of metal. I mean, they are the simplest lures you can buy for $25. They're so overpriced, but they're one of the most well-known musky baits. And this happened to be what I was throwing. I'm jerking along that suic the day before, and that fish followed up, and it was a huge deal for me. Anytime I get to see a muskie was a huge deal for me, so I was super excited to get back up to this spot. We pull up to this spot. I threw one cast into this back corner, jerked this suic 3 times, and just saw the biggest flash of my life. Set the hook, nothing. There was nothing there. I reeled in faster than I possibly could, whipped it back out there, didn't even touch the bait, and boom, I was on. Now, I was not too worried about breaking off this fish. I had a steel leader paired up with 65-pound braid, paired up with a big rod. I mean a meaty, big rod. I believe it was 7-foot heavy action with 6 2-to-1 Shimano on it. I mean a big, bulky setup. I wasn't worried about being overpowered. What I was worried about was him throwing the hook. So when he got it, he just got the back end of this treble, just barely. I watched him hit the whole thing. I mean, it's a big bait, so you can see where they get it. And he got this in the side of his mouth, just like this. I'm freaking out. This is the first time that I've actually hooked one, okay? And I'm freaking out. My grandpa is in the back of the boat. He's fishing with me. He hurries up and gets the net. So I fight this fish pretty quick. It comes kind of towards me to the front of the boat. And then right when it sees the boat, it ducks under the boat. I'm actually at one point bent over with the rod, bent completely under the boat, and the fish is jumping on the other side of the boat. Finally, I fight this fish back around the trolling motor, up to the side of the boat for him to net it, and then my rod goes, phew. The bait pops out of his mouth, and I'm absolutely devastated for about 2 seconds. I mean, I have my hands on my face. I'm just absolutely destroyed. And then I look down and the fish is in the net. Somehow my grandpa netted that fish. I have no idea how. So we get this fish. I'm too excited to talk. I mean, I'm shaking like a leaf. I'm freaking out. We take this fish out. We're getting some measurements on it. She's 42 inches long. This is her right here. She's 42 inches long. Extremely fat. We realize we don't have a camera. We're like freaking out. We don't have a camera. And so we go up there with a group of guys, about 8 guys I believe was with us that year. And we called up Mark, who happened to be a photographer. So he, of course, would have his camera with him. And so we put the fish in the net, in the water, and idled only about, he was just 1 cove over, only a little ways over, completely checking on the fish. The fish wasn't going to be harmed or anything like that. That was the first priority. If it was going to be too long for him to come over there, we were going to let that fish go. I mean, muskies are a very special species, and the last thing you want to do is hurt them. We took it over there. We got this picture. I wish I would have gotten a little bit of a better picture. It wasn't the best picture in the world, but I was so ecstatic. I couldn't believe I'd finally gotten one. And the things that were so funny was I had done so much research for muskie fishing. I mean, I read every muskie hunter edition that was possible. I was obsessed with it. I still am. I haven't been able to go muskie fishing in a long time, but I'm still big on it. If I had an opportunity to go, I would go in a heartbeat. And I'd throw around those giant muskie plugs and start that grind right back up, because it's totally worth it when it finally pays off. The funny thing about it was, after all that research, what you're supposed to catch muskies in is rough, windy water and extreme overcast. Okay, they don't feed often. They're big fish and they're lazy fish, and so they just feed like maybe once a week. And the fact that I caught this fish on a sunny, calm day just describes how perfectly unpredictable these muskies are. They're insanely unpredictable. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. If you guys did, and if you guys like these stories, leave a comment down below, and I'll keep doing them. I'll tell you guys everything that's happened to me throughout my fishing career. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on 317 Fishing.